So today I'm going to show you how you can create a dashboard in Excel with a particular emphasis on using if, and, as well as or statements in Excel. So let's suppose that you have gathered some data for a company and you have information concerning their ratios for the past couple of years. And with this, I'm just going to focus on one ratio, the current ratio. And let's suppose that you have the following data for 25-24. So in cell B2, I'll start entering the data for this. So for instance, we'll have 1.5, 0.3, 0.9, and 2.7. So I'm doing this to kind of show you different examples of various current ratios you could have for maybe different companies. And then in 25-25, we'll have 0.8 for 3 of our data points. And then finally in cell C5, we'll end up with the number 3. So let's suppose we're looking at these different companies and we're trying to decide whether or not the trend is good, bad, or if it's doing okay. And as you've learned with the current ratio, generally we prefer for the average firm for that number to be greater than 1 because we have current assets over current liabilities. This just means that the company can meet any short-term obligations or debt that they may have. So in other words, if the ratio is greater than or equal to 1 and there's some sort of credit event or something else happen in the short term, the company will be able to pay for it. So the number 1 is going to be our reference here for all of our calculations. So if I want to compare these data over the past 2 years with respect to the number 1 and kind of see is the company doing good, bad, or okay, then we can use an if statement to help us analyze the data. So anytime we want to do a formula in Excel, we're going to hit the equal key. And then we're going to start our if statement. So we'll type in if for if. And then we'll do an open parentheses. Generally, this is going to be a good ratio if both of our numbers are greater than 1. So we're going to use a logical test function in Excel called AND, such that we can say if both of these are greater than or equal to 1, then it will return back true to us. And if that's the case, then we want to say it's good. So to put all that in Excel, we'll start off by typing AND. We'll add another parentheses. And then it's going to ask us for some logical statements. So with respect to the number 1, we'll start there. So you can either click or type in cell B2. And then we'll say greater than or equal to 1. Then we'll do a comma since that statement's now ended. And we're going to do the same thing for our 25-25 data. So I'll click, or you can type in C2, greater than or equal to 1. And then lastly, we want to ensure that the trend is in a positive direction over time. So I'm also going to type in the following. I'll say C3, or excuse me, not C3, C2 needs to be greater than or equal to the previous data point. So in this case, that is B2. So we're checking here to make sure the current ratio is greater than or equal to 1, as well as in 25-25, the current ratio is higher than it was in 25-24. If all 3 of these things are true, then we need to return back good. So I'm going to end the AND function component by ending that parentheses, and then hit comma. In order to return back a word in Excel, we have to put quotes around it. So I'm going to do double quotation marks, good, and end that quotation, and then do another comma. So now we need to look at the cases where maybe one of these are true. And if that's the case, then we'll just say, well, the company is doing okay. If none of these are true, then this is not good for the company, so we'll want to report back bad. So now I'm going to type in another if statement to look at what if this is not true, if the value is false. So I'll do if, parentheses, and instead of doing the and function that reports back true if all of these are true, we just want to see, well, what if one of those are true? And we use the or function for that. So we'll type in if parentheses or, and then do another parentheses. And then essentially we're going to type in the exact same statements that we did earlier. So this will be B2 greater than equal 1, comma, C2 greater than equal 1, comma, and then do the last check to compare it across years. So C2 greater than or equal to B2. We'll end the parentheses there for the or statement. And then it's going to ask us, well, what happens if that's true? So I'm going to hit comma, then quotations, okay, end the quotations, comma, and then we'll put in our value if it's false. So in this case, this would be bad. So quotation, BAD, end the quotation, and then we'll end that parentheses with respect to this if statement, and then we'll type in another ending parentheses for the entire function. So hit enter, and then you should see a result of OK. The reason why it's OK is because the current ratio is greater than or equal to 1 in 2524, but that is not true for 2525, and it's also not true in the sense that 0.8 is less than 1.5, so the current ratio has gone down over time. So now I have different examples here to show you how it will change. So you get it highlighted to the bottom right corner until you see the black cross, and then you can drag down or double click. And you see here that in our second case this is okay, and the reason for that is neither one of our ratios are greater than 1, but it is increasing, so that's good. However, in our third case, they're both less than 1, and it's decreasing over time, so that's bad. And then lastly, with respect to our last case, both of these are greater than 1, and the numbers are increasing over time. So you say good in this particular case. Now, see if you can try this with other data and other ratios over time. Also, you would want to consider this from an industry perspective, so looking at the industry average to see how your companies are faring.